Okay, so we've got here rational expression again, right? It brackets this time, okay? Now I don't want you to multiply out, okay? Because if you do, that's going to complicate things, okay? But factorize really helps us here, okay? And the fact is, we've got a common factor. Those two brackets there are common, so we can actually cancel them out, and you get the answer straight away. Now, what I would say is, just to explain why the process here is so simple, is just think of numbers, for instance. Suppose I've got 3 times 7. I'm just making this up here. 3 times 7, and you want to divide that by 7. Okay. Now, I'm comparing this to this, because if you think about it, we've got two terms here in brackets, and they're actually times together, aren't they? Okay. This term, this bracket here, times this bracket, and then you're dividing it then by this bracket. Now, it's actually a similar situation here with the numbers, because I'm timesing two things together here, just like I'm doing here. And then I'm dividing by something. I'm dividing by 7 in this case, and it's the same as the 7 here, just like we've got here, okay? Now, what you'll find is that I could actually just cancel those 7s, yeah? And I get 3, okay? So I just end up with that. Now, you know, if you're not convinced that you can cancel these, just think about another way of working that out, okay? You could times the tops, couldn't you? And you get 21. Divide by 7 then is 3. So either way, it works, okay? But the same thing goes on here. You need to appreciate, because we've got a common sort of bracket here, 2x minus 1 on top and bottom, they will cancel each other out, just like I had there with the 7s cancelling each other out, and you end up with the answer 3 there. In this case, you just end up with the answer of x plus 7. And there's my final answer, okay? I don't need to put a bracket around it, because it's just x plus 7, okay? But the cancellation process there really helps us. Okay, again, with the second one here, okay, don't be put off with that number there. Fact is, we've got a common bracket here of x plus 5 on top and bottom, so they'll cancel each other out, okay? Because x plus 5 divided by x plus 5 is 1, and we end up then with 3 on the top, x minus 2 on the bottom, okay? Now, let's look at this one then, all right? Let's look at this one, because this time we've got x plus 3 on the bottom, we've got a bracket, but we haven't got a bracket on the top, okay? However, you'll recognize this as a quadratic, yeah, which can be factorized, okay? So what we'll do is we'll factorize the top, and hopefully we'll get some cancellation, okay, going on. So I'll leave the bottom as x plus 3, but on the top I'm going to have two brackets, okay? X, obviously, in both of them at the start. So the first then will give me x squared. And remember then, I need to find two numbers here that multiply to give 12, okay? And add up to give 7. So you play around with that. You might see it straight away, yes. Obviously, 1 times 12, that won't add up to give 7. 2 times 6, that won't give you 7. 3 times 4 clearly will, won't it? Okay? Make them both positive, okay? And once it's factorized, you can then see that the x plus 3's cancel, and you end up with x plus 4 on its own, okay? Right, so let's look at this one then. So now we've got two quadratics, yeah, top and bottom. So it's a case now of just factorizing both of them, yeah, top and bottom. So two brackets, x there. So we need two numbers that multiply to give minus 4, okay, and add up to give 3. So, you know, straight away we can think 1 and 4 is going to work, isn't it? Okay, but I need them to add up to give 3, so it'll be positive 4, negative 1, yeah? Okay, that will add then to give 3, and when you multiply them, you get minus 4. So we put that in. And then for the bottom one then, for the denominator, again, x at the start of both of them. So in this case then, we want them to multiply to give minus 5, negative 5. So let's start off with 1 and 5, okay? You can get 4 from there, can't you? If you make that to be negative 1, okay? 5 take away 1 is positive 4, and they will multiply to give minus 5. So I factorize that there. And what you'll see then, of course, is that we've got common bracket on top and bottom. The x minus 1's cancel on top and bottom, so you end up with x plus 4 on the top and x plus 5 on the bottom. and that's it. Okay, sometimes you end up with a fraction as your answer. Okay, but we simplified, didn't we? That there looks a lot simpler than this. Okay, so lastly down here, okay, let's do this one as well. Okay, so again, you will recognize just like the last one, yeah. So we're gonna have x here, x here. So we need two numbers that multiply to give 5, add up to give 6. So you can see that already, can't use 1 and 5, both of them positive. Okay. On the bottom then, two numbers that multiply to give -10, add up to give 3. Okay. So 5 and 2, yeah. So here's positive 5 and then negative 2. That will give you +3. And then of course you multiply these, they'll give you -10. And let's see, does anything cancel here? Well, yes. The x plus 5 cancel, and you end up with x plus 1 on the numerator, okay, and you get x minus 2 the denominator, and it's done. Yeah, we've simplified it. That there looks a lot simpler than this.